You are listening right now because something inside you feels restless. Not panic recognition. A deep, quiet knowing that the ground beneath the world is shifting, and you can feel it in your chest before you can explain it with words. You have watched people around you grow harsher, more competitive, more desperate to protect what little they think they have. You have felt the air change, and you have wondered, late at night, why your spirit refuses to relax even when nothing is wrong. This is not anxiety. This is awareness. Beloved chosen one, begin here with your own emotions, with the heaviness you carry but never speak about, with the strange mix of fear and calm that has followed you for years. You have been tired but not confused, wounded but not broken, pressured but not crushed. There is a reason you feel different from those who are still asleep. There is a reason you sense danger before it arrives and truth before it is announced. God has already been preparing you for the law of the jungle long before the jungle revealed itself. The law of the jungle is not about cruelty, it is about clarity. It is what happens when systems fail, masks fall, and only what is real survives. You have noticed how quickly compassion disappears when resources feel threatened. You have seen how loyalty collapses when comfort is removed. And somewhere in your soul, a quiet voice has been saying, "You cannot live like them. You cannot think like them. You must be ready." That voice is not paranoia. It is guidance. You have endured seasons where nothing felt stable, relationships ended without explanation. Doors closed suddenly. Plans collapsed at the last moment. Others called it bad luck. You called it exhaustion. But heaven called it training. Because in the jungle, false safety will get you killed. God could not allow you to trust in fragile things. So he shook them loose, not to harm you, but to save you. Listen carefully now. This is not coincidence. This is divine intervention. You are not being warned because you are weak. You are being warned because you are valuable. Predators do not stalk empty fields. They stalk what has worth. And God does not prepare everyone in advance, only those he intends to preserve, position, and protect. That is why you are here, listening, feeling your heart beat a little faster as truth settles into place. The world is entering a phase where survival instincts are rising. People will choose speed over wisdom, force over discernment, impulse over obedience. But you are not built to react. You are built to see. You are not designed to panic, you are designed to prepare. God is calling you out of emotional sleep and into spiritual alertness, not to make you afraid, but to make you accurate. Do not do it, no matter the price. Do not numb yourself. Do not distract yourself. Do not pretend you don't feel what you feel. The worst mistake in the jungle is ignoring your senses. And the greatest gift God gave you is discernment sharpened by pain. Every betrayal taught you how people really move. Every delay taught you patience under pressure. Every lonely night taught you how to hear God without noise. You may feel like you are always bracing, always watching, always calculating your next step. That is because your spirit knows what your mind is still catching up to. The rules are changing. Comfort will no longer protect people. Titles will no longer save them. Crowds will no longer guarantee safety. Only alignment will. Only obedience will. Only preparation will. And here is where peace enters, not the fragile peace of denial, but the solid peace of readiness. Because God never warns without also providing. He never reveals danger without also revealing direction. He is not calling you into fear, he is calling you into position. You are not late, you are early. You are not behind, you are ahead. You have already been learning the law of the jungle in secret places. Learning when to stay silent. Learning when to move alone. Learning when to let go without explanation. These were not random character traits. They were survival skills for a world that is about to demand them. Others will panic because they were never taught restraint. You will remain steady because restraint was carved into you through experience. As was spoken in the sacred texts of old, heaven has always warned the chosen before the storm fully breaks. And today, that warning lands on you with weight and clarity, according to what is revealed in the book of Proverbs, chapter 22, verse 3. A prudent person foresees danger and takes precautions, but the simpleton goes blindly on and suffers the consequences. That verse is not condemnation, it is confirmation. You are prudent because God made you so. You see ahead because He allowed you to suffer early. And now, as the jungle awakens, you will not be scrambling. You will be positioned, secured, watching paths others never noticed until it was too late. If this message resonates deep in your spirit, if you feel seen, steadied, and strangely calm, then respond in obedience. Take one action of alignment, like this message. Share it with someone who is sensing the same shift. Subscribe so you remain connected to what is coming next. And at the very end, comment the number 777 as a prophetic sign that you choose preparation over panic, wisdom over impulse, and obedience over fear. You do not find peace by escaping the jungle. You find peace by learning how to move within it without losing yourself. That is the first truth you must accept. Peace is not the absence of danger. It is the presence of order inside your soul while danger exists outside. And this kind of peace is not emotional, it is practiced. Begin with your inner rhythm. The world trains people to react instantly, to answer everything immediately, to fill every silence with noise. But you must reverse that training. Practical peace starts when you slow your response time. Not your movement, your reaction. When something provokes you, delays you, or threatens you, pause before you interpret it. That pause is sacred ground. In that pause, fear loses its grip and discernment steps forward. Next, regulate what you consume. Peace cannot survive in a mind constantly fed with chaos. Limit how much bad news, arguments, opinions, and predictions you allow into your spirit each day. This is not avoidance, this is stewardship. Just as the body cannot digest poison without consequence, the mind cannot absorb endless alarm without internal damage. Choose one intentional moment to be informed, and then disengage. Silence afterward is not weakness, it is wisdom. Your breathing is another overlooked weapon. When danger is sensed, the body shortens the breath, preparing for fight or flight. You must train yourself to do the opposite. Slow. Deep breathing sends a message to your nervous system that you are not prey. Inhale deeply through your nose. Hold briefly, then exhale longer than you inhaled. This physical act teaches your body what your spirit already knows: you are not abandoned, and you are not rushed. Order your environment. Chaos outside becomes chaos inside when left unchecked. Clean your living space. Remove clutter. Create one place, no matter how small, where your surroundings feel intentional and calm. This becomes an anchor point. When the world feels unpredictable, your mind remembers that order is still possible. God often restores peace not by changing circumstances, but by restoring structure. Then, practice controlled solitude. Not isolation, but intentional withdrawal. Spend time alone without entertainment, without constant input. At first, your thoughts may feel loud. That is normal. Stay there anyway. Peace is not discovered instantly. It is uncovered after the noise settles. In that quiet, you begin to separate what is truly urgent from what only feels urgent. Another discipline is obedience in small things. Peace grows when your actions align with your convictions. if you sense you should rest. Rest if you sense you should stop engaging with someone who drains you. Stop. Disobedience creates internal friction. Obedience creates internal harmony. You do not need perfect circumstances to feel peace. You need integrity between what you know and what you do. Release the illusion of control. Much anxiety comes from trying to manage outcomes that were never yours to carry. Focus instead on responsibility. Control asks, "How will this end?" Responsibility asks, "What is required of me today?" When you narrow your attention to today's assignment, tomorrow loses its power to intimidate you. Peace lives in the present, not in imagined futures. Guard your speech. What you say out loud trains your inner world. Rehearsing worst-case scenarios aloud feeds fear. Speaking clarity, restraint, and truth stabilizes your emotions. This does not mean pretending everything is fine. It means refusing to magnify what you cannot yet change. Words are not neutral. They either calm the waters or stir them. Finally, anchor yourself in what does not move. Systems shift, people change, conditions rise and fall. But God does not fluctuate with the environment. When you consciously return your attention to Him, not just emotionally, but intentionally, you stabilize. Peace is not self-generated. It is received when you stop wrestling and start trusting. The Apostle reminds us in his letter to the Philippians, chapter 4, verse 7, "And the peace of God, which transcends all understanding, will guard your hearts and your minds in Christ Jesus." Notice the language, guard your hearts and minds. Peace is not passive. It stands watch. It protects your inner territory so fear does not invade without permission. As you practice these disciplines, slowing your reactions, limiting chaos, breathing deeply, creating order, embracing solitude, obeying promptly, releasing control, guarding speech, and anchoring in God, you are not escaping the jungle. You are learning how to walk through it without losing your soul. This is how you remain calm while others unravel. This is how you stay clear while others are consumed. This is how peace becomes not a feeling, but a way of being. By now, you have felt the shift inside yourself. Not just awareness, not just calm, but readiness. This is where many people misunderstand the journey of the chosen. They think preparation is about gathering resources, learning strategies, or predicting outcomes. But the deeper preparation happens beneath the surface. It is the mastery of instinct. Because in the jungle, instinct without wisdom becomes panic, and panic exposes you. You are not designed to be ruled by impulse. Yet instinct is powerful. It rises before logic, before prayer, before thought. Fear tells you to run. Anger tells you to strike. Desire tells you to take shortcuts. Survival tells you to look out only for yourself. If left unchecked, these instincts will hijack your destiny. That is why God has been training you through pressure, delay, and silence. He was teaching you how to feel deeply without acting recklessly. Notice this about yourself: you feel things intensely, but you do not always react the way others expect. You pause, you observe, you withdraw before you explode. This is not weakness. This is discipline being formed. The jungle rewards those who can control their reactions. Those who lash out reveal their position. Those who chase every urge burn energy too fast. But those who govern themselves move quietly, efficiently, and with precision. One of the most important skills you must practice is distinguishing between urgency and importance. The jungle will scream urgency at you. Everything will feel immediate, critical, life or death. But not everything deserves your response. When you respond to everything, you lose authority over anything. Mastery begins when you choose what not to engage. Silence at the right moment. becomes power. Another area of mastery is temptation. When systems strain, shortcuts become attractive. Compromise looks practical. Bending your values feels justified just this once, but every shortcut rewires your instincts. It teaches your inner world that pressure is an excuse to disobey, and once that lesson is learned, peace erodes quickly. You already know this. Every time you ignored that inner check, the cost followed shortly after. Not always immediately, but inevitably. This is why obedience matters more in unstable times than comfortable ones. When things are easy, obedience feels optional. When things tighten, obedience becomes protection. God is not restricting you. He is guarding you. The commands you feel rising in your spirit are not limitations. They are boundaries that keep you alive while others self-destruct. You must also master fear narratives. Fear speaks in images. It shows you futures that have not happened and convinces your body they are real. Your heart races, your thoughts scatter, your decisions shrink. The discipline here is interruption. When fear begins to script a future, interrupt it with truth, not vague optimism, but grounded truth you have survived before. You are not alone now, and you are not without direction. Understand this clearly: instincts are not evil, but they are not leaders. They are signals. Hunger tells you to eat, not to steal. Fear tells you to be alert, not to panic. Anger tells you something matters, not that violence is required. When you treat instincts as messengers rather than masters, they stop controlling you. This level of self-governance is rare. That is why leadership often emerges quietly. People who can rule themselves naturally become anchors for others. Not because they speak the loudest, but because their presence stabilizes the environment. You have felt people calm down when you enter a room. That is not coincidence. That is the fruit of internal order. The jungle will test this mastery. You will be provoked. You will be pressured. You will be tempted to revert to old patterns, over-explaining, overreacting, over-giving, or withdrawing completely. Each test is an invitation to choose again who is in control: your instincts or your alignment with God. The ancient words recorded in the book of 2 Timothy, chapter 1, verse 7, still echo today. For God has not given us a spirit of fear, but of power, of love, and of a sound mind. A sound mind is not one that feels nothing, it is one that is not ruled by what it feels. Power without control is dangerous. Love without wisdom is vulnerable. But when fear is removed from the throne, clarity reigns. This is the moment where you consciously affirm your position. Not loudly, not dramatically, but decisively. A simple declaration that reflects mastery rather than panic. If this message aligns with your spirit, if you recognize the training you have been undergoing, and if you choose self-governance over impulse, then comment this short phrase below: I stay steady. This is not a slogan, it is a decision. I stay steady means you do not let fear rush you. It means you do not let anger speak for you. It means you do not abandon wisdom for speed. It means that while others swing wildly between extremes, you remain centered, responsive, and guided. This declaration reinforces the discipline you are building. It reminds your mind and spirit who is in charge when pressure rises. The jungle does not defeat those who are calm. It exposes those who are not. And you are learning, day by day, how to remain steady no matter what moves around you. What you are stepping into now is not survival by force, but security by design. This is where many misunderstand God's way in times of chaos. They assume protection means escape, distance, or exemption. but God's strategy has always been deeper than avoidance. His plan does not merely pull you out of danger, it positions you correctly within it. You are not meant to run from the jungle. You are meant to move through it under divine strategy. You begin to notice this strategy when confusion starts clearing. Situations that once felt overwhelming now appear layered, structured, readable. You see motives more clearly, so you sense timing more accurately. You know when to wait and when to act. This is not because the world has become safer, but because your perception has been sharpened. God is giving you sight before He gives you movement. Divine strategy often starts with separation. Not dramatic isolation, but subtle redirection. Certain conversations no longer interest you. Certain environments feel draining rather than exciting. Certain ambitions lose their appeal. This is not loss, it is refinement. God is narrowing your focus so your energy is not wasted. In the jungle, wasted energy is dangerous. Focus is survival. You may have wondered why God did not give you everything at once, why progress came in pieces, why answers unfolded slowly. But strategy is built in stages. If you had received too much too early, you would have exposed yourself before you were ready. God withholds not to tease, but to time. Timing is protection. Another part of divine strategy is concealment. There are seasons when visibility is not favor, when being seen too soon attracts unnecessary resistance. God has hidden you in plain sight, developing you while others overlook you. This is mercy. While louder voices draw attention, you have been growing roots. When movement comes, it will be stable, not flashy. Notice also how your priorities have shifted. You think more long-term. You value peace over proving a point. You choose sustainability over speed. These are strategic upgrades. The jungle is full of fast movers who burn out quickly. God is shaping you to endure. Endurance outlasts aggression every time. You are also being trained to read patterns. You notice cycles repeating in people's behavior, in systems, in history. This pattern recognition allows you to move before collapse rather than react after it. That is strategy. God speaks not only through sudden revelation, but through repeated observation. Wisdom accumulates quietly. At times, the strategy feels lonely because clarity separates. When you see what others refuse to see, alignment becomes rare. But do not confuse loneliness with abandonment. God often removes unnecessary voices so you can hear Him without distortion. Guidance becomes clearer when noise is reduced. This plan is not only about you, it is about placement. Where you will be when things tighten, who you will be connected to, what responsibilities you will carry. God is not just securing your safety. He is securing your usefulness. You are being prepared not only to endure, but to stabilize others when instability spreads. There will be moments when the strategy contradicts logic, when obedience seems slower than opportunity, when restraint seems weaker than action. Trust those moments. Strategy does not always look impressive in the short term, but it is devastatingly effective over time. God's moves are precise, nothing is wasted. You may feel pressure to explain yourself, to justify your choices, to make people understand why you move the way you do. Resist that urge. Strategy does not announce itself, it unfolds. Those who need to understand will understand later. Those who do not are not part of the plan. As was spoken in the sacred texts of old, the voice of God thundered in the book of Exodus, chapter 14, verse 14. The Lord will fight for you. You need only to be still. Stillness here does not mean inactivity. It means alignment. It means trusting the strategy even when you do not see every step ahead. This is why you can remain calm while others scramble. This is why you can wait while others rush. This is why you can let go while others cling. You are not passive, you are positioned. And positioning is everything. If this message has brought clarity, if it has helped you understand why your path looks different, why your timing feels slower but surer, then stay connected. A quiet like, a thoughtful share with someone who needs grounding, or subscribing to remain aligned with what continues to unfold. These are small actions, but they help keep this space anchored in purpose rather than noise. God's strategy is already in motion. You are not behind it. You are inside it. There comes a moment when preparation turns into recognition. Not recognition from people, but recognition within your spirit that you are marked. Marked does not mean famous. It means identified by heaven, set apart by purpose, covered by intention. This is the quiet realization that while scarcity may touch the world, it will not define your portion. While fear may sweep through systems, it will not own your decisions. You are beginning to understand that provision is not random, it is assigned. Being marked does not make life easy, it makes it precise. God does not protect you by removing all threat. He protects you by placing you where threat cannot overtake you. This is why your path has felt narrow, why certain opportunities never open, why some doors closed even when you prayed for them. You were not being rejected, you were being redirected away from exposure. In seasons of tightening resources, the marked ones operate differently. They do not chase, they do not hoard, they do not panic buy emotionally or spiritually. They remain steady because they trust the source, not the supply chain. You are learning this trust now, not as a theory, but as a lived experience. You have seen provision arrive in unexpected ways, not always early, but always on time, enough to remind you that you are seen. Protection, too, has followed you more closely than you realized. Think back to moments that could have ended differently, decisions you almost made, situations you barely avoided, people who exited your life before they could do deeper damage. These were not coincidences. This was coverage, divine restraint operating quietly, without announcement. You are also being taught discernment about who and what has access to you. Protection increases when access decreases. Not everyone deserves your vulnerability. Not every environment deserves your presence. God is teaching you that separation is not punishment, it is preservation. The fewer entry points chaos has into your life, the stronger your covering becomes. Provision for the marked often looks unconventional. It may not come through the most obvious channels. Sometimes it arrives through skills rather than money, through insight rather than opportunity, through timing rather than abundance. God provides what you need to remain effective, not what would distract you. And effectiveness matters more than excess. You may notice that even when things look tight on paper, your spirit is not tight. Anxiety does not dominate you the way it dominates others. That is a sign. Fear loses authority where trust is rooted. You are not reckless, you are rested. There is a difference. Rested people make better decisions. They see more clearly than none. They waste less energy. This marking also comes with responsibility. You are protected so that you can remain clear. You are provided for so that you can remain generous in spirit. Even when you must be firm in boundaries, God does not bless you to isolate you from others, but to prevent you from being swallowed by collective panic. There will be moments when you are tempted to compare, to look sideways at what others have, how they move, how quickly they seem to advance. Comparison erodes trust. Trust sustains provision. What God is building in you cannot be rushed without being damaged. Your portion fits your assignment, not someone else's highlight. Understand this deeply. Scarcity reveals alignment. When pressure increases, whatever is not anchored begins to shake loose. You are anchored, not because you are perfect, but because you are positioned. God has placed weight on your roots before He allows winds to rise. That is why you can stand while others stumble. Protection does not mean you will never feel pressure. It means pressure will not break you. Provision does not mean excess. It means sufficiency without striving. These are the marks you carry now: quiet, steady, unmistakable. We are reminded through the writings of David in the Psalms. Chapter 37, verse 19. In times of disaster they will not wither. In days of famine they will enjoy plenty. This is not a promise to the reckless. It is a promise to the righteous, to those aligned, disciplined, and trusting. Let this truth settle. You are not entering the jungle empty-handed. You are entering it marked, covered, and supplied according to God's wisdom. What is coming will reveal who trusted systems and who trusted God, and you already know where you stand. If this message confirms what you have been sensing, if it resonates with the quiet confidence growing inside you, then mark this moment. Comment the number 888 below, not as superstition, but as a sign of alignment. 8 represents new beginnings, sustained provision, and divine order beyond human limitation. By typing it, you are acknowledging that you recognize the covering over your life and you choose to walk in trust rather than fear. What remains now is the final refinement before rising the mastery of fear, instinct, and obedience under pressure. This is not dramatic. It is internal, quiet, repetitive. This is where your training becomes embodied rather than understood. Many people know truth. Few can live it when instinct flares. God is shaping you into one who can. Fear will still visit. It has not vanished. It has lost authority. Fear now knocks rather than storms. When it arrives, it tests whether you will default to old reflexes or stand in practiced truth. You are learning to observe fear without obeying it. You feel the sensation, tight chest, quickened thoughts, but you do not hand it the wheel. This is mastery. You acknowledge the signal and then choose alignment. Instinct tells you to protect yourself first. God teaches you when to protect and when to trust. Instinct tells you to defend your image. God teaches you when silence preserves strength. Instinct tells you to take what you can while you can. God teaches you patience that outlasts scarcity. The difference between instinct-led survival and obedience-led endurance is the difference between burning out and being sustained. This stage requires honesty. You must see your patterns clearly. Where do you rush? Where do you avoid? Where do you over-control? These tendencies once kept you safe. Now they must be refined so they do not limit you. God does not shame you for instincts formed in pain. He heals them by giving them a higher order. One of the hardest lessons here is restraint when you are capable. You now have insight, discernment, and strength. You could manipulate outcomes. You could push doors open. You could assert yourself forcefully. But obedience teaches you when not to use power. Power restrained by wisdom becomes authority. Power used impulsively becomes exposure. You are also learning to live without constant reassurance. In earlier seasons, you needed signs, confirmations, and validation to move forward. Now God invites you into steadiness without constant feedback. This does not mean abandonment. It means trust. Obedience matures when it no longer depends on emotional reinforcement. There will be moments when obedience feels costly, when doing the right thing appears to slow progress or isolate you. This is where many turn back. But you are learning that obedience is not about immediate reward, it is about long-term positioning. Short-term losses often secure long-term protection. God sees what you cannot yet see. You are also mastering internal dialogue. You no longer speak to yourself harshly in moments of tension. You correct without condemning. You guide without shaming. This internal gentleness is strength, not softness. A regulated inner world produces consistent external decisions. Chaos inside always leaks out eventually. You are closing those leaks. Another refinement is learning to wait without fantasizing. Waiting often tempts the mind to escape into imagined futures. But imagination without grounding creates dissatisfaction with the present. You are learning to be fully present where you are, to do today's work with excellence, and to trust that movement will come when alignment is complete. You are becoming fluent in discernment between discomfort and danger. Not every uncomfortable feeling is a warning. Some discomfort is growth, some resistance is refinement. Fear says stop. Wisdom asks why. You no longer obey the first sensation. You investigate it. This keeps you from retreating prematurely or advancing recklessly. Obedience also means releasing outcomes. You act faithfully and let results belong to God. This frees you from performance anxiety. You are not responsible for controlling how everything turns out. You are responsible for acting with integrity, clarity, and courage. This release creates deep peace, the kind that remains even when results are delayed. You may notice that your reactions are slower now, not dull measured. This slowness is precision. In the jungle, unnecessary movement attracts attention. Stillness at the right moment preserves strength. God is teaching you when to move decisively and when to conserve energy. You are also learning compassion without entanglement. You can care without carrying. You can help without rescuing, and you can listen without absorbing. This protects your emotional reserves. Burnout often comes from confusing responsibility with empathy. God teaches you the difference so you can remain effective. At this level, obedience becomes intuitive. You sense when to speak, when to act, when to withdraw. This intuition is not mystical guesswork, it is trained alignment. Repeated obedience sharpens perception. What once required effort now feels natural. The ancient words recorded in Romans chapter 8, verse 6 still echo today. The mind governed by the flesh is death, but the mind governed by the Spirit is life and peace. Governance is the key word. Your mind is no longer ruled by instinct alone. It is governed by the Spirit, producing stability instead of volatility. This is how you move through the jungle without becoming it. This is how you remain human without becoming hardened. This is how you endure pressure without losing clarity. You are not suppressing fear, you are subordinating it. You are not killing instinct, you are disciplining it. You are not resisting obedience, you are embracing it as protection. What is forming in you now cannot be shaken easily. You are becoming internally ordered, externally calm, and spiritually aligned. This is the posture of one who is ready not just to survive, but to lead when others falter. You are no longer preparing, you are rising, quietly, steadily, without announcement. This is the phase where what was formed in secret begins to carry weight in the open, not through noise, not through force, but through presence. You are becoming what others instinctively look toward when uncertainty thickens, not because you claim authority, but because you embody stability. Rising does not mean escaping difficulty. It means you move through it differently now. You do not rush to prove yourself. You do not need to dominate conversations. You do not panic when plans shift. Your strength is no longer reactive. It is grounded. This is what security looks like in a collapsing environment, inner order that cannot be easily disturbed. You may notice people coming to you for advice, clarity, or simply calm. Sometimes they do not even know why they feel safer around you. This is not accidental. When God secures someone internally, their presence becomes a shelter. You are not meant to rescue everyone, but you are meant to be a reference point, a reminder that steadiness is still possible. Leadership in the jungle does not look like control. It looks like discernment. You see when to advance and when to hold ground. You sense when to speak and when silence carries more authority. You are no longer driven by the need to be understood. You are anchored in the need to be aligned. There is also a shedding that happens here. Old identities fall away. The version of you that needed approval, urgency, or validation no longer fits. You are stepping into authority without aggression, confidence without arrogance, influence without manipulation. These qualities are rare, and that rarity gives them power. You may feel a growing responsibility not as pressure, but as clarity. A sense that how you move now matters more than before. This is because people will follow your lead even when you are not trying to lead. They will mirror your calm or your panic. God is entrusting you with this influence because you have learned restraint. The jungle reveals leaders quickly. Those who rely on volume burn out. Those who rely on fear collapse. But those who rely on wisdom endure. You have been trained to endure, not by comfort, but by contrast. You know what instability feels like, which is why you value structure. You know what fear does, which is why you do not feed it. This rising also requires humility. Authority remains clean only when it remembers its source. You are not self-made. You are God-formed. Every insight you carry, every calm decision you make under pressure, every moment of restraint, these were cultivated, not improvised. Remembering this keeps you grounded even as your influence expands. There will be moments when you are tempted to step outside alignment to accelerate results. Resist that temptation. What God is building through you is meant to last. Speed gained through compromise shortens lifespan. Progress gained through obedience compounds over time. You are also learning to bless without attachment, to help without controlling outcomes, to give guidance without forcing acceptance. This keeps your spirit light. Heavy leaders burn out, light leaders last. You are being shaped for longevity, not intensity. As you rise, you may feel less need to explain your journey. Your life begins to speak quietly for itself. Stability becomes your testimony, peace becomes your credibility. In a world addicted to extremes, your moderation will stand out. As Jesus himself declared in the Gospel of Matthew, chapter 5, verse 14, "You are the light of the world. A city set on a hill cannot be hidden. Light does not strive to be seen. It simply exists, and darkness adjusts." You do not have to announce who you are becoming. Those who need to see it will. This is why your preparation mattered. This is why your solitude mattered. This is why your obedience mattered. You are not rising to dominate, you are rising to illuminate, to show that strength and gentleness can coexist, that clarity does not require cruelty, that security is possible even when systems shake. If this message has walked with you through these sections, if it has steadied you, clarified you, and reminded you of who you are becoming, then remain connected. A thoughtful like, a quiet share with someone who needs grounding, or subscribing to stay aligned with what continues to unfold are simple actions, but they help sustain spaces that prioritize depth over noise. You are not late. You are not lost. You are secured, positioned, and rising exactly on time. You have reached the edge of what can be spoken for now. Not because there is nothing more, but because some understanding only settles after silence. What you carry from this moment forward is not urgency, not fear, not pressure to act immediately. It is awareness, and awareness changes how you walk back into ordinary life. Nothing needs to be forced. Nothing needs to be proven. What has been planted will grow at the right pace. You may notice yourself moving more deliberately, listening more closely, choosing rest over reaction. Let that happen. This is not the end of something dramatic, it is the continuation of something steady. You do not need to convince anyone of what you now understand. Truth integrates quietly. It shows itself over time through decisions, through restraint, through peace that remains when circumstances fluctuate. If questions arise, let them. If clarity deepens, welcome it. If silence feels necessary, honor it. And if this space has helped you pause, reflect, or breathe more freely, you are welcome to acknowledge that in whatever way feels natural. Some will like, some will share, some will simply carry the message forward without a trace. All of that is enough. What matters is that you leave grounded, not rushed, centered, not stirred. The path ahead will reveal itself step by step.